So, it's basically Halloween.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
And I am Carl Sagan.
Billions and billions.
Yes. Okay. So, Robert, I don't assume you've really seen too many horror movies this month.
Nah.
Ben, have you?
I think I went to Art House twice.
Okay, alright.
No horror movies there.
So, I guess Robert, in your case, just talk about one that you like, a favorite of some kind, if you have one.
You know, something that you recently heard about, too.
I talk about a bad one like Ghost Ship.
There you go. That's fun to talk about. We can start a conversation.
I'm trying to focus on good things here.
Wait, that one had nudity.
Negative ones would be
Negative ones are
It
fun.
did.
We can
Yeah.
do a little
Okay,
bit.
okay.
We could do two. I'll do two different ones maybe. I don't know. We're working on this. But I wanted to focus on like what has been the best one that any of you have seen so far this month. Like, I mean, I know I've been doing a marathon. I'm sure you've been watching plenty, and Andrew, you've been really busy, so I understand you.
Still been watching movies.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few to talk about here.
I watch horror movies year round. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Who doesn't, I guess.
So,
Yeah.
Robert, are you ready, or should we come back to you?
Well, I kind of saw something recently, but I'm not even sure what it was called.
Really?
I kind
Okay,
of watched
well,
it
we can help
slowly.
you out. What do you got?
It was starring Bruce Campbell, and he was playing Elvis.
Bubba Hotep.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Black JFK. That was the only thing I've seen.
Okay, and that just stuck out to you because you like Bruce Campbell?
Yeah,
or-
pretty much.
It's an interesting premise. I enjoyed it when I saw it on TV. I saw it on TV too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I
That's
saw it the
cool.
first time.
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Anybody got anything to add about Bubba Hotep?
I haven't seen it in a while, so
I just
I
remember
don't
seeing
remember.
the poster and thinking it was a much more interesting movie than it actually ended up being. But I don't know. The general premise was interesting.
Okay.
I don't remember a whole lot.
It's fun to watch
Once.
just once
Yeah.
and forget about it.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right. Well, Andrew, of all that you've seen so far this month,
Uh-huh.
what would you say is the one if you could only recommend one?
I mean, that kind of limits me. It's Les Diaboliques, simply because of its place in film history, unfortunately. But I have seen quite a bit this month. I did rewatch The Innocents, actually.
Oh, nice.
That would be the one that I would recommend the most.
That was the one that was based on Turn of the Screw?
Yeah, the Henry James short story.
Yeah.
With Deborah Kerr. That's another one of those movies that takes place in a really, really interesting house that has a lot of wonderful Gothic architecture. And the children who are living in this big mansion, they have a governess, and prior to the governess's arrival, the previous governess had passed away, as had the gardener who worked there, this man named Peter Quint. And so the children were possessed by the spirits of Peter Quint and the former governess, and they were said to have had an affair. So there are all these implications that the children are, potentially sexually active with each other. It's a very disturbing movie, and for the 60s, children having sex, being possessed by people who want to have sex with each other is a little weird
Yeah.
and controversial.
Yeah.
But I just remember seeing that movie when I was about 5 years old, maybe 4. It's one of the first movies I can remember seeing, and it was on TV. My mother showed it to me. She said, I want you to watch this.
Wow.
And at the
Your
end,
mother
yeah,
made you watch it. Wow.
And
Wow.
she regretted it afterwards because I cried at the ending. I cried for maybe 2 hours,
Aww.
something like
Wow.
that. It was the first movie I can remember making a serious impact in my life.
Oh
Interesting.
wow, that's awesome.
Well, so Brenda, do you have a one recommendation, like the top of the movies that you've seen this month?
Out of this month, because I haven't had the chance to really see a whole lot of, I guess, good ones besides some of the standard ones that I, kind of watch as placeholders. Though I try to view something new every October. However, one that was recommended to me and I've had on my recommendation list for a while was Maniac, but that is not the one that I would recommend that's a good one. However, it led me to a better one.
Was that Elijah Wood or the 80s?
No, not the Elijah one, the
Okay.
80s one,
Original.
the 1980. Yeah, with Joe Spinell. Yeah, him. But anyway, no, it led me to a better one called Fade to Black, which was basically a similar story, but it had more character development, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know what you guys know about Maniac in general,
Right, yeah.
and the whole controversy around it, especially with its poster being so violent. As a matter of fact,
love
so
that
many
poster.
people. I love that poster. It's such a fucking good poster. Where it has like a guy, a bloody mess around his feet, and he's holding the scalp of a woman, and it just it's fucking cool. And I love that poster so much, and I was drawn to it, and I
Sometimes
had it
you
on
think
my
that
list.
the
It's almost-
movie, the
Isn't that
the
drawn?
I think like sometimes
It's
producers
hand-drawn,
come
yeah.
up with the
Oh, yeah.
idea for a poster first, and then write a movie
Really?
around it.
It was so beautiful. I remember gravitating towards it, and I was like, oh god, I need to see this. I saw it, it was good. But then I heard that there was this other movie, Fade to Black, that was similar, had the similar plot line of this kind of psychotic guy that hunts down women and kills them. However,
Damn, a similar plot.
yeah, whereas Maniac, it was just this kind of weird dude that obviously had mommy issues. Just kind of rocks back and forth, and he like starts talking to these mannequins that he has, and like he scalps women, and he hammers on the scalps of the women onto these dolls. He takes their clothes too, and like he just starts talking to them, and like he's the mom and all this other stuff, and starts stroking them and shit.
It's very proto Buffalo Bill.
It is.
Very.
However, it led me to not Maniac, to Fade to Black,
Okay.
because it had a similar premise, whereas this was actually a kid that was really interested in films, and he'd live out these movies in modern life, and he would come to kill people as his favorite characters in movies. It was really cool. He also had mommy issues, but it's very subliminal. It leads
Mrs.
him
Bates kind of thing.
yeah, but it leads him down this path where he takes the disguise of his favorite killers from movies and goes on this wonderful killing spree. It's just so good, though. It's got good plot development, and I don't know how else to describe it. It's just good. I don't think that I'm able to give it justice as far as describing the plot, but it's so good. I really enjoyed it.
You know, the best movie that I've seen in a while back that like kind of relates to what's going on right now is that black and white Russian one that we saw. Like,
Hard to be a god.
Oh.
it's hard to be a god.
Yeah.
It's so Trumpian. It's like you gotta watch it again. It's a fucking Trumpian movie.
I still haven't seen it. Like I've seen the first 20 minutes,
Oh god.
and I'll be honest, I fell asleep.
Oh.
Oh man.
And I know it's
I
it's
suffered. I
great,
mean, I
it's
suffered
wonderful.
through it.
Yeah.
And you suffer through it, but
do.
it is
You really
like
do.
worth suffering through.
I think first I would be more inclined to watch that.
Yeah.
What was the 80s version?
Yeah,
Was
you were
there
telling
an
me
80s
about this.
version?
It's
Yeah,
actually a remake.
Because I know the family, the guy
Zulawski.
died, and his
Yeah.
family like re-edited it and made it into this thing.
Yeah, no, but it's still
There's
it's a
another film
remake
they
of
made.
something else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh.
it's another adaptation of the same book.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. And I can't
But
remember.
we
the
were
filmmaker.
talking about it last night. What
Yeah,
were-
because
it-
I thought it was Zulawski.
Yeah.
Because we were
Oh,
talking about
okay.
possession, but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
remember the name of the. Yeah.
Huh.
The thing that sticks out in my mind from that film is that those scenes where they like hang all these people that are like,
All the intellectuals.
yes, they're knowledgeable. They like, can you read books?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay.
All right. So I mean, I've basically seen a movie a night so far.
So envious. I wish I had your time.
Yeah, right?
Anyway. a lot of them have been kind of crap, but they've been fun. But I think the one that I keep coming back to, the one that I keep thinking about and revisiting in my mind, has been Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
I still need
That
to
may
see
be
that,
my
damn it.
favorite movie of the year.
It was
I
incredible.
don't know. It's very close. I know you didn't quite react to that as well as I did.
Ben, you didn't care for it?
No,
I
I
saw it
liked
with
it.
Ben.
Okay.
I
You
liked it.
Oh yeah.
I
But
thought
I
the
loved it.
pre-press with the Exorcist comparisons left such big shoes to fill.
Okay. See, I didn't see hardly any ads. The only ads I ever saw were the ones that kind of pushed, just put the little girl in the forefront of everything and made it seem like the movie was going to be all about her.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, in a way, it kind of was.
I wrote a whole piece about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was really surprised. Should we just say spoilers? Because I really want to talk about this.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah, do it.
Okay.
Yeah, spoilers are happening right now. This time you'll remember
Oh.
where the timestamp is.
Yes, I will.
I
So-
can't skip to such fucking timestamp.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to leave? And
Yeah, get out of my way.
Ah.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm leaving. Bye. Let me know when you're done talking.
Okay. All right. So this has become the Hereditary podcast. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Not sure where that came out from.
Some people really care about spoilers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the trailer,
So yeah, the trailer pushes the little girl. Like, it makes it seem like it's all about her. Like, there's this one where it just constantly shows the clip of her making that clicking noise.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be something really creepy that she's gonna do. She's gonna be the core of everything. And within 20 minutes, she's dead. It's like,
no, it's not 20 minutes. It's a third of the way through the film. It's about
it was
35.
maybe 30 minutes.
30.
It was about
so
30
it's
minutes
almost exactly where Jada Lee dies.
Oh.
in Psycho.
Okay.
So here's the thing: Psycho's trailer really pushed Janet Leigh as
That's
the main
true.
character.
Okay,
Completely.
yeah.
And so A24, in its infinite wisdom, because A24 is infallible, of course, decided to market the film in that Hitchcockian way. It was very deliberately long after Psycho's.
I can't believe I didn't
Yeah.
make that connection.
Yeah.
Although with Janet Leigh though, maybe it's just in my mind. It seems like it happens a lot further in.
Nope, it doesn't. It's like 30 minutes into the film, 35. Yeah. I think she gets just enough screen time to be considered the lead, but just barely.
Well, kind of how like Anthony Hopkins won an Oscar for Best Actor for Silence of the Lambs, even though he's only in it for 12 minutes.
Yep. Yeah.
Or conversely, how Alicia Vikander is not in most of. Is it the Swedish Girl? No, she's in most of it, but she got nominated for supporting. Like, she really should have been in the Best Actress category.
For
Danish
Dragon
Girl.
Tattoo.
No, the
Right,
Danish
oh,
Girl.
Danish.
Right,
Oh.
yeah.
She
Yeah,
really
yeah.
should have. She was getting into Best Actress territory, not supporting.
Oh, okay.
And they just
okay.
the other nominees there were grumbling about how it's not fair to basically be against someone who did most of a movie.
I see. Okay, but anyway, so
Yeah,
back
so-
to Hereditary then. So, and just the way that she dies too, and the
Yeah. So
It-
the
it helped-
habitation theme is a part of building the mythology around Paimon.
yeah.
That particular god or demon or whatever it is that they worship, that particular cult. And it's supposed to represent something. I'm not really familiar
Yeah, I'm
with
sure.
what
I'm
it
sure
is.
it definitely warrants repeat viewings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Especially with the symbology.
Yeah.
There are a lot of places where certain symbols appear, and the camera really focuses in on them, but it looks like it's just trying to establish creepiness with a random symbol. It almost, I don't know, the first time I saw it, it felt kind of amateurish and lame. But, once you actually finish the film, you see those and you realize it was foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. On repeat viewings, I've noticed that a whole lot more.
Yeah, no, it's the
In
kind
the
of movie.
background.
It's the kind of movie
Right.
where there's definitely going to be things you'll notice on repeat viewings. I've only seen it the one time at the art house, and actually, an art house viewing was great because I was sitting next to somebody who was reacting to everything. She was so freaked out by the littlest things, like the seance scene, like the very first seance scene with the friend who's a friend of the grandmother that died.
Oh, yeah.
And when the glass moves on the table, this person next to me just full on reacted to that.
So how did she react when the main character flips upside down and starts? No, she's right side up. That's right, and starts like decapitating herself.
Oh! By that
Or
point, she was cowering. She was freaking the fuck out.
That's wonderful.
We had someone in our viewing.
Are we still talking about spoilers?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
We had
so you
we had
can't come back in.
not yet. We had someone in our viewing who
Our
was
viewing
probably
was very
4 or
special.
5, and
Yeah.
English was not her first language.
There was a 4-year-old, I think, and then probably a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old.
So you heard you saw the implied decapitation, and she's like, where's the little like, ¿Dónde está el joven? ¿Dónde está la hermana? Ella es with Los Ángeles. She's with the angels. She's like,
It was really, it just made the whole thing way more dark.
Yeah.
Because that little girl really did ask, what happened to that little
that's
girl?
amazing.
It was strange.
Okay. So then, I want to talk about the very end.
Okay.
Were you reminded of Rosemary's Baby?
I was reminded immediately of another A24 project, The Witch.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, I see that. But
Immediately.
the
No,
Rosemary's Baby
I
thing,
get it.
the fact that it's this sort of Satan-like worshiping cult.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's a group of old people within the house that this kid had never met before.
They're scantily clad.
And they all start worshiping him. Just as, I mean, it
Yeah, a little bit like
smacked
that.
of the ending of Rosemary's Baby to me.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, it's the cult reveal. It's the
Yeah.
same kind of thing.
True, but it was also mostly older people, and the fact that they were not in the house, but they were in the tree house. They were on the property the whole time, basically.
Yeah.
You know, there were more similarities than other movies that have like a cult reveal sort of.
but
thing.
were they on there the whole time?
Well, at least that night they had to have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the little girl is like escaping to sleep there sometimes, and then
Yeah,
Blood
yeah.
is doing that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the headless body that just floats up there.
I do
That was-
think.
I loved when that thing went by. It was.
Yeah, that kind of
It looked a little cheesy, but I loved it at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
I
It
haven't
wasn't
seen a better lead actress performance this year.
Oh,
though.
Toni Collette was amazing.
Yeah. I am really sad that Toni Collette isn't really in the talkings for a nomination. I mean, I'm sure there's still a really tiny chance, but I doubt it.
The timing
Toni
of that
Collette.
movie didn't help.
Yeah, no. Was that a January? Or
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
January or
okay.
February. We saw it. I just
Yeah,
didn't
I
want to
think
hear
it was
anything
February.
about it
Yeah.
besides the.
The only
Yeah,
thing I
I've seen
heard
the
was
trailers.
you saying that the press compared it to The Exorcist. So that is literally all I knew.
Yeah,
about it.
this is the
Other
first
than-
I've ever heard that.
Actually, there was one other thing I knew about it, and that was there was one particular YouTuber who is obsessed with Sundance, the ATZ show.
Oh yeah.
And he had been talking about Hereditary for months and months, and I had known that name, and he said go into it knowing nothing. And so I had kind of made a conscious effort to not know anything about it.
Nice.
I'm so glad I did, because if I had, I don't know. It's at the same time though the marketing was so interesting.
Yeah,
I kind of wonder if it would have been a different experience if I had seen the trailer.
possibly.
Maybe a little more special. I don't know.
All right. Well, I think we've I've
We've beat that dead horse.
satisfied that itch, so
Okay.
I'll let her know. Would you have a recommendation of anything you've seen so far this month?
Inception.
I liked that.
Just kidding.
There's one that'd be better to talk about, but there's one this month that I saw that didn't hold up. That
Yeah?
like the way I'd been revering it, which was Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
I actually still have not seen that, mostly
Okay.
because too many people talk about it. I
Okay.
don't want to see it.
I enjoyed
I
it.
won't say much more
Let
then, but
go of your
it,
inner hipster.
it was more.
I know, right?
It was more slapstick than I remembered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it as a much younger man, but
Well, because
I've been telling
I
you that for
have seen
years.
Hot Fuzz,
yeah,
and I did not care for it.
okay.
At least 13 when
It's
that
that
movie
with
came
zombies.
out.
That's what I figured.
Same
yeah.
director.
Yeah.
Same director, same
Same
Yeah,
actor.
we're-
co-stars.
he was a little younger.
Wait, how old were you?
22. I can't remember how old I was. I just remember being really young when it came out. I thought I was at least in my
22,
teens.
wasn't that just last year?
No, still now.
Yeah, she's 22. Yeah.
I'll be old in 23. And no matter.
Okay, you can't use 22. It's like a long time ago.
All right, but a recommendation.
There's one I saw in the past year that I really liked. It was called Raw.
Oh,
It's a French
Oh, yes!
Yeah,
Ah, this is my favorite.
that was on my list, but I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Don't
yet.
really want
it's
to talk
good.
about that either then.
It's so good.
Oh no, I know everything that happens.
It's one of
Okay.
my
Yeah,
favorites.
it's cool.
But I just like how
I recommended that. last.
run-of-the-mill things seem when the parents they have the reveal.
The nonchalance.
Yeah.
Yes,
Parents
it's
with,
wonderful.
oh yeah, we're cannibals. It's a family tradition. You need to
It's
chill the fuck
legit.
out and just get used to it.
Oh yeah, they let her discover this on her own slowly, just like with her sister. That's
But
great.
I-
That
I
dynamic that they have.
I read I got sucked into some clickbait thing, like a list of most disturbing horror movies and such, and Raw was on this list
Yeah.
because it caused
That's
like
so dumb.
15 people at the premiere to faint.
Yeah.
I
That's so
either
dumb.
saw a different cut or it was not that bad. Like I told
It's a
him,
different cut.
it's graphic but
Yeah.
not gratuitous.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
it's showing their lives exactly as they happen. I mean, it's. I feel like it was for shock value.
Yeah.
No.
That's why not what they tried to do that.
Right.
You guys ever remember Wait Until Dark?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I love that Audrey Hepburn movie.
It was Audrey Hepburn.
That's one of my.
Alan Arkin's
Wait Until
like the guy who's like, she's blind and
You know,
turns out the lights and keeps him from catching her and stuff.
Huh.
I mean, it was like, I was a kid, and that was, to me, that was one of the scariest movies I'd seen.
Me too. I
at
mean,
that-
I
at
watched
that
that when
time
I
in
was
my life.
really young, probably
Oh,
just a
yeah?
little after The Innocents. So
Oh.
yeah, that was one of
Wait
my
Until Dark's
earlier.
an awesome
Yeah.
film.
It is.
Huh.
Yeah, the
Might
way
need
they
to check that one
utilize
out.
her blindness
Yeah.
into the way the film is constructed is very
And
impressive.
they kind of promoted it the same way they did Psycho without telling you what was
Don't
going to
tell about
happen
the
at the
ending.
very end of the
Don't
film.
tell your
you know?
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched a number of movies this month that have
You really
that use that
have.
exact same
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah, you have. That's right.
And some not on purpose.
No.
Well,
Especially
Is
that
it-
one that you watched.
Yeah.
This isn't quite the same, but Dateline NBC has now started with this tagline, "Don't watch alone."
Oh, I know.
Really?
Well, we can talk about
Dateline
NBC.
do that. What the-
Don't watch alone.
Yeah.
This
I
is
know.
a thing.
News programs are using this marketing. Like seriously.
Like brainwash people.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Bring in Trump supporters. to watch
yeah,
news.
right. Nikki, do you have a recommendation for this month?
Maybe one of the ones that you saw recently. A
have
while
you seen
ago.
anything recently? What have you seen recently?
Oh, you
What's the
know
last,
you
what's
have
the last
one.
movie you've seen? The very last movie you've seen.
All you have to do, face the camera and just say the title of the movie. That's all you got to do.
That's a good movie.
I love that one.
That's one of my favorites.
That was cheated for an Oscar.
What is the last movie you've seen?
Well, what did we start watching that you've just recently become not aware of? You knew of it, but you just recently started watching it. The one that I bought recently. Stanley Kubrick, the same one.
Wow, Kubrick?
Yeah.
You're watching Kubrick? Awesome.
What was it? The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
We were starting to watch The Shining. Oh my goodness. School. Yeah. Well, we've been having late nights with schoolwork, but
Yeah.
yeah. But The Shining.
There's always time for The Shining.
What did you think of it to start with? What was your introduction to The Shining that you remember?
Jack Nicholson being a writer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you get to the Bears?
We didn't get to that part yet. No. We haven't gotten too far into it, but like to the point where she's starting to get the surrealism of it, right? Yeah.
No twins.
A bear visited that hotel recently.
No.
Yeah,
no.
it just they had automatic doors, and he just walked into the lobby, and they've told everyone just to vacate the lobby. They'll find their way out. Like, not confront it.
So this has been a good October so far. I've enjoyed it. I've liked really focusing on these movies because like last year I watched a lot of them, but I wasn't dedicated to the marathon, and I didn't do like a daily or
Give your heart to the
weekly
marathon.
video. So this time I've really enjoyed giving these reactions after I watch the movie and piecing them together. It's been good. I've liked these.
Oh yeah,
So.
for sure.
Yeah,
I haven't kept up.
good time.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just.
You gotta keep up, man.
I know. I'm gonna have to go slit my wrist and listen to Joy Division. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that makes
Love will
sense.
tear us apart all night.